If you think back to the past 60 days, let's think again about what were the real challenges that we can already see now.
So, to disclose a bit of what we also had in our team workshop yesterday, one of the key items that received significant attention and was quite high on our list of priorities was maintenance. We believed that throughout the entire acquisition of the things, that is the obstacle we need to surmount, whether it is from the initial order placement to the final invoicing process or any other step along the way. However, the setup was merely one aspect. Maintenance is the actual subject that individuals are confronted with, and it is a time-consuming task that requires a significant amount of time.
Can you provide a tangible instance of what you imply by maintenance?
I will simply choose the 3D printers. It is great that they are currently in operation. However, filament is running low. We require alternative nozzles immediately due to upcoming new projects. Then something needs to be changed once again on the printers. You can also observe maintenance on the plotter we possess. It is not always sufficient to simply rectify a small paper jam on one occasion. Printers have their own existence. These are points that we had on our radar earlier, but I do not think they were quite as present or prominent as they are now. And due to the fact that we are a relatively small team, and we also do not want to steal the experts' time to take care of maintenance, we quickly realized, okay, there are limits that we need to consider, which we have almost reached. The number of stations has led to sometimes only cleaning up, tidying up, and organizing, and not even trying anymore.
Tidy up.
Exactly, very tidy in a classic way.
Search.
Searching is at the forefront, currently at the forefront.
This is always my personal case. Each and every day without exception. I had it 3 times or so this very morning, early in the day. The amiable student who subsequently comes up to me greets, "Hey, good morning. Tell me, do you still have hot glue?" And I stand there and think in that manner,
Yes, we have a lot, but where?
We could potentially have it. I am aware that it used to be there, but currently it is not present. This could imply someone took it. It might be empty. Honestly, I don't know how to figure it out now. And yes, that is our problem. We are not organized enough for that. Because we are also never all there, but sometimes I am alone there, sometimes you are there. On average, 2 of us are usually already there, but that doesn't necessarily mean the 2.
Definitely need to know available areas. You can also be honest, there's carelessness because we said everything is there. It's put on the table, and you're distracted in a second because you see, wow, someone's printing something again, or something's being soldered. That's the point. Also, maintenance is at the top for me as an important challenge here. As you have also heard, every makerspace has that maintenance is actually the biggest part.
Care, everything that goes with it.
Things break. Things just don't work anymore. You don't have to break it on purpose.
Every single one of my plants has died. I have established a plant breeding station right here, in this very place where all my plants perished. I didn't consider the consequences at all. If you're raising plants, they'll grow quickly. Also tomatoes and herbs. And then you also have to do something with them. I quickly potted them here, placed in rooms, and thought, hey, in spring the tomatoes will be ready and everyone can take tomatoes here. In reality, it is a rather pleasant and atmospheric little detail that adds a nice touch to the overall ambience. However, affirmative?
I would like to call it some side effects.
Yes, so we have definitely increased the number of residents here in the rooms by 700. They are just not humans, not makers, but above all small flies that we have everywhere in the rooms. Fungus gnats, as I have researched. And we will not eliminate them that easily either. The topic of plants is extremely trivial. It requires a high level of maintenance and is very time-consuming to take care of. I'm about to cease doing that once more. You must contemplate very carefully about what you place here, what you curate, what you provide, because everything necessitates your attention.
Correct. It is quickly said, we buy another device and we set up another device because it is needed. However, the actual impact of not having all of that time available for the other devices was not immediately clear to us at the beginning. Thus, we unequivocally and with unanimous agreement concluded that it was the day prior to the present day. That was
Another challenge that I still observe, or that I have observed, is that the processes at HBI are inherently slower than what we might have been accustomed to previously in the academy. Additionally, processing processes. You cannot blame anyone for that. Many departments we interact with, some take care of this, others take care of that. Everything must be perfectly coordinated. No one wants to add more obstacles. On the contrary, colleagues at Happy truly want to support us. We are extremely grateful for that. However, it is crucial to ensure that all tasks are carried out in strict accordance with the compliance rules, without any exceptions or deviations. Comparative offers must be obtained. Then items are ordered. They will not come until you notice it. Time will go again as various departments are involved.
It is simply an institutional approach. In contrast to the working conditions we experienced before when we were employed in a GmbH, which was a completely different setting. That was similar to a company's work when compared to what it is now.
It was a smaller unit also.
It was a smaller unit, there were much shorter distances and
of course, we have never had to order so much and place so many orders.
Not only us, the studio times, as we place an order at this moment. But when I heard that, it was generally quite new what we accomplished here. That we, let's say in my hasty manner, created this maker universe from an empty section of the building in just half a year's time.
Yes, ultimately it all occurred relatively rapidly, taking into account that it all occurred during the summer. Not everything is there yet. This is also a glimpse of 2024. There are still a few things to come. But actually, a lot has already worked out quite well.
Yes, so in that regard, and we quickly learned that because things are going well, there is a demand, and then the question of opening hours came up quickly, which we promptly realized, because what we didn't expect at the beginning is, logically, the students are in lectures during the day and are not here on site all the time, but rather attend lectures and have limited availability on campus throughout their academic schedule. That means, when can they come? You can come earlier if there's a cancellation or if there are free periods after the lecture time.
Or in the evening?
In the evening, as we've often heard now.
The optimal scenario would be if we had availability from 8 in the morning until 10 and perhaps from 6 in the evening until 11 p.m. I think that would be the best solution for the majority of students in my perspective.
Would pick up most, I would say.
In the semester.
Would pick up the most during the semester? Of course, not including those who just come in here and work when they have idle time or something. However, yes, we quickly realized that the opening hours are also a crucial point that we still need to be more flexible with.
Yes, indeed, because we are exclusively employees, solely dedicated to our work, and also part-time employees, which allows for a certain degree of flexibility in our schedules. If we wish to depart from this location, let us state, at 6 o'clock and desire to conclude, then that may already be a letdown for certain individuals. Because then in some way I have to cancel. We can't just leave the rooms open.
No, not for various reasons. Quite advanced, I would say, security.
Godly.
This is consistently the most critical and vital aspect, clear and unquestionable. And this is a challenge that we want to confront for the upcoming year, that we desire to offer improved solutions at that event in the following year.
Yes, we miscalculated that.
We definitely underestimated that.
Other aspects we have also underestimated. Therefore, we have taken into account the possibility of setting up and making things available initially, and subsequently the students will already utilize them. That worked really well with the 3D printers. In fact, it also worked well with the AI tools, and it worked well with the UX lab. So there are already some really comprehensive UX studies being conducted here, which is nice. Other things that I never anticipated would be so challenging have been accepted in a different manner or met with less favorable reception than I initially expected. This is, for example, the topic of VR, AR. So the glasses are here, We actually know that is also plug and play. You can simply set it up and use it. A is scarcely done. And B, when we contemplate how we can curate it more effectively, so that individuals don't merely put it on and try it out, but engage in something productive with it. We ourselves in the team also observe that it is not so simple when we come up with something. Attempt to perform some sort of meaningful, productive work with virtual reality glasses, perhaps even in a team. We have attempted to provide a type of prototyping in the virtual space session, but it is not easy for us either.
We have tried exactly, and even if we managed to do it, we often stood there afterwards and said, okay, and what do we do with it now? Or what can we accomplish with it at this moment in time? Precisely, so the particular products that we need to curate, we also need to make sure that we get them to the students more and more frequently as time goes on. Even in this particular place, the balls have to convey their perspective. Then it is not what is necessary to be a part of this maker universe.
Maybe leave it out.